And it sort of seems like, right, the difference, God to show me the difference between a pool and the beach, because there are things going on in the beach that are not going on at the pool. You don't get that, right? The waves are not playing games with you at the pool. At the beach, right, you get jump, right, jump. And you start sucking it out. Because God always sets it up that as quickly as your sea billows rolled in, they rolled out. As quickly as your sea billows will roll in, they always roll out. That's how sorrow works, right? That's why you cannot be caught up in it. That's why you do not walk in your soulless realm, because that is selfish, right? You walk in your spirit. Because sorrow like sea billows roll will come in, and if you are not found jumping, right, let's say you are sitting on the sand, the sea billows will smack your legs and feet, right? The waves will hit you. But if you know how to jump over them, right, if you are with God and you are in your spirit, you can jump over them, right? You will dance over them, you can sing over them. Now you will still be hit by them, your life will still be touched by them, because they still came in, but they don't have to roll and then roll over you like a steam roller. Just because a steam roller comes down the street does not mean I go out in the middle of the street and stand there and say, "Sorrow, steamroller, steamroller, hit me, roll in over me." Just because you roll in does not mean you roll in on top of me, sweetie. Because God does it. As quickly as the billows roll in, they roll out, don't they? When sorrow like sea billows roll. That's why I'm not called to sing, because everything I sing is flat. But when I speak, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say. I'm be honest with y'all. I don't know how God taught me to say this. I just think that my lot has been my life. And so I don't know anything else. As a matter of fact, when I would sing this song, even if the Lord would beat me, I would say, whatever my life. Oddly enough, most people look at me and they think it's a handicap for me, because I don't ever complain. I'm telling you, my friends used to be around me, and then how many people are like, okay, if I ask you how you feeling, don't tell me you are okay. Then what do I tell you? I mean, I'm sick. She know I'm sick. Kidneys messed up. Everything's going crazy. And I appreciate what she did now, but I'm asking God to teach me how to tell the real truth. Because for me, the truth is I am really okay. I see blessings in things that most people don't see blessings in. Second blessing, second blessing, second blessing, second blessing. Every second is a blessing. It's a miracle. It's miraculous. You look at me and think that I should be upset when I am actually rejoicing. Do I like it all the time? No. And that's what my pastor's there for. I talk to him about it. But in general, I am happy in my situation. I am joyful and I am happy as well. I am happy because of the fact that you got to think about the sea billow situation. When the sea billow comes in, when things get bad, you know things are always going to get good. Why? And we could go and say Romans 8:28, and we know all things work together for the good, right? We go Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. We go to then Romans 8:37 that says, yet and still in all these things we are more than a conqueror. Then we go to Romans 8:28 that says, and we know all things work together for the good to them that love God and are the called according to his purpose. Then I could go to Philippians 4:13 that says, I could do all things through Christ. I could do all things through Christ, through Christ that strengthens me. Then I go to Philippians 3:15 3:14 that says, "Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things draw behind me, and look at what our eyes ahead. I press towards the mark for the prize of the high cause in Christ Jesus our Lord." Then go from this one thing to that one thing in Psalm 27 verse 4 that says, "One thing have I desired of the Lord, and that will I seek after, that will dwell in the house of the Lord all days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and inquire in the temple." So I go from Matthew 6:33, naturally seeking things, to Psalm 27 verse 4, actually getting them, right, spiritually, getting everything I need on earth, and in heaven, right, knowing that I have that built up for me in heaven. I don't understand why you are crying. I was just taught the way I grew up. We grew up in a horrible place, in a horrible neighborhood. You see those kids that are in Africa that deal with those crazy things, and those crazy situations and climates. I dealt with, on my level, I dealt with that. I didn't grow up with any happiness. So if I got another second, I'm happy. This year I've been so blessed. Y'all know that date, December 27th. I've been so blessed. That's a huge, monumental, mountainous blessing. It's grand. I don't care what else is going on wrong in my life. I'm homeless. I ain't got nothing. But I still got December 27th. I lost everything. I lost all the clothes. I lost everything. But I still got the Chamber of Commerce. And I can still close my eyes and see the scene. I have nothing. I told you if I died the day after that, I would have been all right. All right. Jesus will make it right. No, not Jesus will make it right. Jesus already made it right. The turmoil and stress that I grew up in and under. It was sea billow, bam, sea billow, bam. It was tsunami, bam. Mixed in with sea billows. And a bunch of tsunamis mixed in with like 2 or 3 sea billows. And at the end of the day, I must say, I'm okay, me and my soul. How do you view your life? On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Now, both Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding. We talked about this because that statement right there lets us know Mary was not invited. Just because you see me somewhere, don't mean I was invited. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Now, both Jesus' disciples were invited to the wedding. If she was invited, why make the stipulation? And when they ran out of wine, they just shoot right for the gut. And when they ran out of wine, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does your concern have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." Now, we talked about this. It's a beautiful picture because Jesus was sitting there doing what? Minding his own business. Minding his business. His business. He's minding his business. A lot. He's doing that a whole bunch. That was his lot. Whatever his lot, he already knew to say. He's minding his business. Come on, yo. His mother said to the servants, "Whatever he says to you, do it." Now, we talked about this. Because most people view it, oh yeah, Mary, go ahead, Mary. She is wonderful. She is excellent. That's why she's blessed among the women. Jamie, you ain't blessed because you ain't saying whatever he tells you to do. That's why she's blessed. She's blessed. Oh, it belongs to you. They belong to you. All the glory, the honor, the praises, all they belong to you. They belong to you. They belong to you. All the glory, the honor, the praises, 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 all day. Yes, they belong. Oh, they belong. They belong. They belong. I told you I'm not a singer. They belong. I know. Why I keep trying, right? They belong. I have to try to, because I'm okay with certain songs, but certain songs like, oh, I'm saved by His power divine, saved. But that line, what is that line? Like now it's sweet and my joy is complete. Oh God help me, for I'm saved. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it, y'all. Saved. Oh God. Saved. God. That song, life now is sweet and my joy is complete. Certain songs I just have to be able to sing. And I mean yell out. Oh, come on. That's why I said it when I was young. I said I'm going to get apartments. I'll get a house that I could sing in. Lois said, good, leave. I was what, 8? I would have left if I could. I was trying to go to heaven when I was 6. I was trying to go to heaven. I said, I'm saved. I could go to heaven. I got a suitcase. I took Tasha's suitcase because I had no suitcase. They let Tasha go to camp and they let me go. I was too young apparently, whatever. So Tasha had a suitcase, so I took Tasha's suitcase. Yo, man, you ain't going to heaven. And I got, I had this trench coat that looked like Paddington Bears. Paddington Bears. So I put it on and I was going to heaven. The suitcase was empty. What you need a suitcase for if it's empty? They belong. They belong. All the glory, the honor, the praises, all they belong. I love that song because of the way it hooks around. Even when I do tracks, I see pictures. Music looks like a living thing to me. It looks like pictures. The thing, you may not understand you guys may not understand why I put that particular beat behind a certain track, or why I added that synth to that, the drum, right, to that, and there's many layers to the things that I do, but I see pictures, and so I can't help it. I just add pictures. I have to have pictures, and so in my head, when I see this song, I don't see it like most people see it, like notes on a page. It's living, and it moves, right? It moves around. It has a life, right, that most people don't get, and so all the glory, I have to be able to give honor to the integrity of the song, the way it's supposed to be sang, but I see it the way it wants to be addressed, right? All the glory, the honor, the praises, all day. All day is on its own line. There's an alliteration in it, in that those 2-syllable fragments find themselves on 3 lines, right? 2 syllables. Well, that's not actually 2 syllables. Okay, but let me say it again. All the glory, right, is 1 line. Then the way I see it is the honor on the first line, the praises, right, the second line. All day, that's the 3rd line. I don't see it the way most people see it, and so that kind of handicaps me even when I sing, because I don't address music. I don't address poetry. Even when I talk, I don't address poetry the way that other people do. That's why I am the poet that I think that I am, and the people that like me, and the people that hate me will always hate me because of the fact that it's not they don't hate me, they hate my sound. They hate what David Lewis said is a cadence that I have, and I've got to look that up. I still don't know what that means completely. I just know, right, I address syllables and sounds uniquely. All the glory, the honor, the praises all day. They belong to you. That last part is all in one line for me, right? So you got 5 lines, right? And it does not make any sense whatsoever. Because if you look at this song, probably in a chorus book or a hymnal, right? You probably see 2 lines of bars, just bars, right? And you see these lines of these words written out, and it doesn't look anything. I don't see musical notes. It doesn't look anything like I see it. But if you are standing next to me and we are singing, right? And there's nothing more beautiful than the day that my pastor walked up out of nowhere and just stood next to me and sang the last song with me. He don't know it. But that's a day I'll cherish forever. Because even though he has, I stopped singing. And I know he's here, I stopped singing. Because I want to hear his voice. Because he sings 20,000 times better than me. He sings 20 billion times better than me. I'd like to tell him to get a CD. Yo, you need a CD. I will buy it. Get a CD. So, I like your cadence. You know, I don't know what that word means, but I just want to use it in a sentence. That cadence. Right? Tell David Lewis to make you a CD. But I stopped singing so I could hear his, right? I'll still worship him, but I stopped singing. But he stood next to me and he sang with me. And what it tells me is whether sea billows roll in for me or sea billows roll in for you, if we are both being taught, if we both have a lot, and God chooses to teach both of us, right, it's a beautiful thing. Because what I see is, instead of a 1 jump rope, right, turning, I see 2 jump ropes moving in the wind with waves, whatever, because whatever, when you sing next to me, whatever my lot becomes whatever our lot. So we read and we retreat, God, thou hast taught me to say, that part's individual, right? Because he teaches us individually here, but as we have an hour lot, right? Because we both have to understand what God is saying. We both have to understand what God is teaching. We both have to see. It's a see and say type situation. It is well. It's not something that I could just repeat in a chorus line. What's happening is, I believe, as I say, it is well. It would not be Pastor David Howard that would say, it is well. No. That'd be Holy Spirit that would chime in. I am in so much pain because I just lost my daughters and I am singing, right? And so I don't even have the strength or the energy to get words out. And so he intercedes for me with moanings and groanings and utterings, right? That's the only thing that brings me through. But I have sorrows like sea billows, right? So as that's happening, right? As I sing, I told you guys when I sing, one song he loves, my hope is built on nothing less, and he just pulls the mic out and starts singing. Here he goes, then Jesus' blood and righteousness. He chimes right in, right? There's certain songs, right, that speak to us, right, that we know. And when we know that song, when that song comes up, we really get into it. There's certain songs they sing in my church, and I'm like, oh, yeah, sing a tri-state fellowship, do that thing. But when I hit the note that I want to sing about some chasms, they know it, David Lewis know it. Sing a song about some chasms, I could do it. I could hit that right there. My Holy Spirit jump up and start singing with me, right, because he knows that I find myself ebbing more than flowing. Remember that? Sing about some chasms. Most people get upset about the fact that, oh no, there's a hole here. I gotta jump across. And I'm excited because there's that hole. You don't realize if you look down. I see it as far as a picture goes. If you look down into the hole, you will see that it's me and Jesus walking along the path, right? You're wondering about getting there fast and jumping over the hole. How about you dive and slide down into the chasm and walk along with us and enjoy some special he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, that shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Time. How about you enjoy some Psalm 91 time with us of a he that dwelleth in the secret place. In order for me to enjoy the flow, I must be able to live in the ebb. Give me a chasm or two. I'm all right. Does the sea billow have a chasm? If it is what I think it is, absolutely. Just like there's a spacing, right, in the chasm, right, where that's a spacing, right, where you have to jump from one side of the one mountain to another to get to the other side, right? That hole is that chasm, right? If a sea billow is what I think it is, the chasm is, that's why I brought up the distance, the diameter, right, of the wave, of the billow itself, the diameter or the circumference, not really, but the diameter, which is 2 times the actual radius, right? The radius is that one from the middle vertice, right, up to the end of it, right, that diameter itself, that's 2 times that. That diameter would be your time, right, between one billow and the next. That diameter would be your chasm. More often than not, when you're sitting on the seashore, you do not notice. If a sea billow is what I think it is, right? You do not. If you're sitting on the seashore, you do not see the circumference or the diameter of the roll of the wave that's coming towards you. You will not see that. Why? Because the wave itself is rolling in like a donut towards you. It's rolling in towards you, so you can't see. In order to measure the diameter and the time, right, it takes before your next billow, you would have to be on the side of it. You would need, right, a slice of it to be able to do it, but because you do not have time to take a slice, right, you're just sitting there getting hit. And just because I slow down and quiet down saying getting hit, that does not mean that I stop getting hit. Getting hit. My question for you is, what indicates sorrow for you? And when they ran out of wine, the mother of Jesus, the woman that was not invited, said to him, "They have no wine." She said to her, "Woman, what does your concern have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." Now, we talked about this. When you hear somebody in the Bible talking about hours and time, it generally indicates that they are of great wisdom. 4. We think that heaven is something that new heaven and new earth is something that we're going to see and we want to see, right? And it's based on us seeing it, that how we deal with it. But what you don't understand, it's not based on whether you see the new heaven and the new earth, and that indicates whether you experience it. It's based on how long you can hold out. It's timing. I tell people this all the time. If you have the understanding that timing, right? Understanding of God's timing, right? Or if you are understanding God's timing enough to know to leave timing in God's hands, that's wisdom. I'm understanding how his timing works and mapping it out for a time, or time, or time, 2 times, and half time. There it is. 3.5. If you understand the meaning of that, right, that's one thing. Or if you're like me, you really don't care to understand it. You just give it all to God and say, okay, whenever you decide to wake us up, I'm with that. I'll just take the dirt back. I'll be all right with that. That's whack for me to try and figure that out, because I know I would get it wrong. Either way, whatever you do with time, as long as you give time back to God because it belongs to him, right, it's timing. That explains everything in the earth, right? We are here, right? And we are, when they say we are but a vapor, I said, oh, I'm not a vapor. I don't want to be a vapor. Somebody told me, I think it was Tracy, Jamie, you're not a vapor. That's not what that means. What God showed me, she didn't tell me what it means. What God showed me is on the Kairos map, right? Your timing on the Kairos map of time since the beginning of time is but a vapor. I don't care if you live 100,000 years, it's still a vapor. It's nothing. You a blip. You're talking about 80 years. When you have numbers that are quantifiable and you start talking about numbers that are in just words, you can't compare. I loved it because I said, okay, I can look at it and I can see how many blogs I put on YouTube. And so I loved it when it said 930, and I loved it when it said 847, and I loved it when it said 500, right? So I said, okay, I got this many before I will actually reach 1,000. So now I'm at 1K, 1,000. Woohoo! Yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! oh, what is this? I'm upset now. Why? Because I like numbers. I want to see details, right? And what they did, instead of putting a 1001, 1002, no, they just put 1K. That's where I was last week. Oh, that's where I am now. 1K. What is that? 1K. It doesn't say 1K souls reached. It just says 1K blogs. 1K objects, videos. 1K. 1K. I said, like, I know that. I know the 1K, but how much? I want to play with that. I want to see how many I have to go before I get to 1.5K. Better yet, I put it in the terms that some of you who run can understand it with me, right? How many of you like running 5Ks? Would you like it if somebody that ran a 1K, right, got the same medal that you got for running your 5K? There it is. This is my 5K in the spirit. For the race is not given to the swift nor strong, but to him that endureth unto the end. I am, let's be honest, I don't feel good right now. I didn't feel good yesterday. I don't feel good right now. I'm in a lot of pain. But while being in a lot of pain, in a fiery furnace, right in the middle of my own dry bones, right, I can still sing with sorrows like the billows roll, wherever my lot. But while I'm singing, wherever my lot, right? I want you to outline what my lot look like. If I put on a blog, they'll be like 1K, 1K, 1K. That ain't funny. 1K. I feel like God was talking to me this morning. He said, Jamie, what do you care about the numbers? Right? It is not for you to understand, these things. Right? He told Mary at the beginning of his ministry, we outlined the wedding at Cana as the beginning of Jesus' miracle working ministry. Right? And here's the thing. I understand a little bit better why it matters. Because I kept saying, why is he here? Well, if he is here, why do I know? You missed it, Jamie. No, I don't want to know. It's not that I want to know. It's not pertinent. It's pertinent for one reason. Mine, your business. Mind your business. Yeah. That's what it teaches me. I don't worship Mary, so I don't go behind and say, good Mary, you made sure that they had something to drink. No, she didn't. What Mary did was she made sure she solidified herself and her name in their minds. She made sure that because that was her son, and she came, I imagine that she came in with them, right? Or she did not. But here's the thing, she did not have the invitation. So she was leaning on the backs of him, and I've had Lois do that to me. When I was on TV, I had to go in their limousine, Channel 9 News, we went there, and I was on the news because I got beat up. I was on the news because I was named New Jersey's top black achiever with 3 other African-American men. One of the kids won Kids Jeopardy. I created a phenomenon and won like 3 medals my senior year in high school. And beat a whole bunch of odds that nobody expected me to beat. There's a reason why the 4 of us were there. And Lois went there and she took the letter that I got from me. She took the videotape that they gave me. She took everything from me. She got in the limousine. And then she told them how to do my makeup because they have to put makeup on you. And I was 18 years old. And she said, no, I don't want that much makeup on her. And they said, ma'am, we have to put makeup on her because if we don't, you will not see her. She will look like a phantom. And there's a videotape that Lois has, right, of me 18 years old and my teeth were big as ever. Because I kept smiling. It just seemed big as ever. But I seemed like a smart little kid. So I know what it's like when somebody rides the coattails. Because right after that, we came home, I got out of the car, I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning, and she said, I hate you, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to have to kill you. I don't like you. I like Tasha, I don't like you. We went back to the exact same thing. After the limo. And that's the story I never told. That's the story I never told, I know. But I imagine Jesus' mother treated him the same way. She prostituted and trafficked him. Didn't she? Yeah, she prostituted him. She said to him, hey, come here, do whatever he tells you to do. That's not prostituting him, Jamie. Yes, it is. She prostituted his gift and then trafficked him. She prostituted his gift because she took, and stood up before this person and said, knowing that he was attached, he was a man of the people, knowing he was attached to the people, right? He would love on them, right? He cared about them. It's not that he wasn't concerned about them having wine. He cared about him, right? So she put him to work in a place where he was supposed to come just sit and enjoy himself. He was invited to this wedding. He was not invited as a reigning prophet. He was not invited as a prophet that was supposed to come preach. He was invited to the wedding to help them. And here's the thing. I realize why this miracle stands out big and grand amongst the others is because of the fact that he said, my time has not yet come. This miracle stands out great to me, and it always stood out great to me. I said, what is the point? The point, right, that we should see is that there's a big difference between this miracle and the rest of them. What's the difference? He didn't heal anybody. She prostituted his gift and called this gift the whine, right, when it was not. She was whining, right, when she should have not been whining, right? She called his gift wine when it was not wine. His gift was healing. His gift was not wine, it was bread. He said healing is the children's bread. His gift was not wine, it was bread. But we take it, we roll over it, and we don't realize that he was trafficked in it. It only stood out to me because this happened to me. Because I'm greedy too. So it stood out to me because this happened to me. Otherwise, if this thing didn't happen to me, I would have thought of it the same way everyone else does. What does your concern have to do with me? It is not my time. Now, why is this important? Because she rolled right around and said, do what he tells you to do. Oh, Mary had faith. Mary had faith. Faith, faith, faith. No. Tired of hearing that. Tell another story. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. If Mary had faith, she would have believed that wine would have been supplied. They could have been coming together and counting the money to go get some wine. These people were rich. Because here's the thing, she was back there talking to Jesus while they were over wherever they were at. She was going to find Jesus, tell him they ain't got no wine. Supply, supply, supply. Then she did a passive aggressive, do whatever he tells you to do. Of course he heard him. But Jesus operates in time. We told you, there's always a twofer with God. Women is not my time. Well, women, what does my concern have to do with you? It is not my time. One, women, what does my concern have to do with you? Two, it is not my time. There's your twofer, right? So if that's the case, right, and Jesus is a man of great wisdom because he will not step outside of his time, what did she do? She trafficked him. She prostituted his gift, called it wine, do whatever he tells you to do, knowing that he was listening. Because what happened? The servant did not come over to Jesus and ask him, are you going to tell me to do something?